I never planned to propose that night. It started as a joke. A stupid, harmless, completely unserious joke. Emma and I had been dating for 3 years. 3 years of movie nights, late-night drives, arguing about pineapple on pizza, and pretending we didn't both cry during emotional scenes. But we also had a thing. A running joke. Every time something slightly romantic happened, fireworks, a sunset, a cute dog walking by, I'd drop to one knee dramatically and say, "Emma Williams, will you marry me?" And she would roll her eyes and reply, "Not until you can afford a real ring." Then we'd laugh. That night was her birthday. Nothing fancy. Just a small get-together at her apartment. Close friends. Cheap fairy lights. Too much cake. Music playing from someone's phone because the speaker kept disconnecting. At around 10:30 p.m., her friend started chanting, "Speech. Speech." Emma blushed. She hated attention. So to save her, I grabbed her hand and pulled her to the center of the room. "Fine," I said. "I'll give the speech." Everyone cheered. I wrapped an arm around her shoulders. 3 years ago, this girl walked into my life and stole your fries, she interrupted. Exactly. And she's been stealing my food ever since. Everyone laughed. I looked at her. She looked beautiful. Not in a dramatic, movie star way. Just, real. Comfortable. Mine. I don't know what came over me. Maybe it was the fairy lights. Maybe it was the way she squeezed my fingers. Or maybe it was the sudden realization that I couldn't imagine a future without her in it. So I did what I always did. I dropped to one knee. The room exploded in laughter. "Oh, here we go again. Not this joke." Emma covered her face, smiling. "You're so predictable." I held up a cupcake instead of a ring. "Emma Williams," I said dramatically, "will you marry me and promise to steal my fries forever?" People were recording. Laughing. Waiting for her usual sarcastic reply. But she didn't laugh. She didn't roll her eyes. She didn't say anything. Instead, her smile faded. Not in a bad way. In a serious way. Her eyes got glossy. And suddenly the room got quiet. I felt my stomach drop. "Em?" I whispered. She looked down at me, still on one knee, holding a cupcake like an idiot. Then she said softly, "I've been waiting." The words didn't register at first. "Waiting for what?" I asked. She swallowed. "For you to stop joking." The air changed. My friends stopped smiling. My heart started pounding. She continued, voice shaking just slightly, "Every time you did this, I laughed. But a part of me always hoped, maybe one day it wouldn't be a joke." My hands started trembling. This wasn't funny anymore. This wasn't a bit. I stood up slowly. "Emma. I didn't know." "I know," she said gently. "That's the problem." Silence filled the room. I felt stupid. Immature. Blind. 3 years. And I had never actually asked her what she wanted for the future. I just assumed we had time. "Do you?" I hesitated. "Do you want that? With me?" She didn't hesitate. "Yes." Not dramatic. Not loud. Just certain. "Yes." And that's when it hit me. This wasn't about a perfect ring. Or a grand romantic setup. Or timing. It was about whether I was ready to stop treating forever like a punchline. I looked around the room. Everyone was frozen, watching us like it was a live TV show. I took a breath. Then I did something I had never done before. I meant it. I dropped back to one knee. No cupcake this time. No joke in my voice. Emma, I said, heart racing so hard I could barely hear myself, I don't have a ring. I don't have a speech prepared. But I do know that I don't want to wake up in a world where you're not next to me. Her hands flew to her mouth. I don't want 3 more years of pretending I'm not sure. I am sure. I'm sure it's you. Tears rolled down her cheeks. So this time, I said softly, I'm not joking. Will you marry me? The silence lasted 2 seconds. But it felt like a lifetime. Then she laughed through her tears and said, Took you long enough. And she nodded. Yes. The room exploded. People screaming. Hugging. Someone actually dropped a drink. She pulled me up and kissed me like the world had narrowed down to just us. Later that night, when everyone left and it was just the 2 of us sitting on her couch, I asked quietly. Were you really waiting? She leaned her head on my shoulder. Every single time. I looked at her hand, still without a ring. Tomorrow, I said. She smiled. Tomorrow what? We go ring shopping. She laughed softly. Good. Because I'm tired of cupcakes. And that's how the joke ended. And forever began.